First, can I have you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. I'm Marion McGinnis. I'm the third ward alderman for Davenport.
Can you tell me about the situation at Riverview Terrace Park and some of the actions the city recently took?
Yeah, so unfortunately, over the last 4 years, there have been complaints in the park of everything from litter to suspected drug activity, and this is all coming in from neighbors. There's a man that walks the park every morning with his dog. He's there. I mean, these people at this park, people who live along this park, tires, rugs, alcohol, people partying in the park late at night, leaving debris, all kinds of things going on. And they really love the park, and they really have ownership in it. So this has been an ongoing problem. And we began working in August, and it sort of ebbs and flows, right, in terms of issues. And so it began to flow again, if you will. And so we put we talked about barricading. We barricaded one end of it. We were trying to see if people coming in, if it was because you can drive in and drive back out. So there's two entrances into it. And so if that was sort of becoming an attractive nuisance, because it's not the people who live around the park, it's not the neighbors who are trashing the park, it's people coming in. And so I don't think it's people who probably live anywhere around there, but it's a beautiful view, and maybe people think it's a nice place to party. Well, it's illegal to be in city parks after dark, or a half an hour after sunset. So it's illegal to be there. So we put a barricade up, and somebody decided it would be really cute to knock it down, and they knocked it all over the park. It was a light barricade, so it wasn't it was on a stand, a sign on a stand. So that's when we decided to close both ends of the park until we could say, okay, what are we going to do with this in the future? Because as we talked about it, and we've had a number of meetings, we would never build a park that way today. We'd never build a park that was that shallow that you drive cars through. In the days when it was built, there were not a lot of people with cars. That sort of thing. So, children can't really play in that park. You have cars coming around on clay, and then you have cars coming through the park, and they're not apparently coming through at slow speeds sometimes as well. So we decided to close it so that we could have time to sit and look and decide what the future's going to be there. We don't know what the future's going to be there. During this period of just this 1 month, we've been sort of dealing with this. Someone also came in, hit a historic wall and broke it with their car. So that was something else coincidentally that happened, and that actually happened in the daytime. So that, of course, that was now broken and had to be repaired. So I've been meeting with people who live around the park, a lot of people who live around the park, not just one or two people. So we're working through this together, trying to figure out what the next steps are. So this is very much in transition. As I said tonight, we like ideas because it's become an attractive nuisance. The design has made it an attractive nuisance. So how do we make it a place where people can go and enjoy, a park that people can enjoy again? How do you say to people, don't come in and destroy this park for everybody else? And it's difficult for me because historically it is a park that you drive through. And so I understand that part of it, and so I'm torn as well, but we felt like we had to sort of put a pin in the disorder for a while to say, what do we do next? So that's where we are. There is parking literally steps away from the park along Clay, east of Washington Street, or west of Washington Street. There's parking, and so there is a place for people to go, but we're still talking about that, and the neighbors and I are talking about that as well. So we certainly invite people's thoughts, but again, this is something that's really, since I've been an alderman, has been an issue that comes and goes. So